Hey everybody, welcome to The Burbs, a podcast that teaches you not only about bourbon, the finish, the palate, and the nose, but also the history of the distillery. My name's Dustin.
I'm Jordan.
And this is The Burbs.
Welcome to The Burbs. Cue the music.
So here's what happens. Every single week on Monday, we release a new episode of The Burbs. We release it on YouTube. So if you're not watching on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast, you might want to check it out on YouTube because
it's better.
So much better.
You get to see our handsome faces.
Wow. We get to see his handsome face. And we do have pop-ups that we don't have on the podcast, the audio-only podcast.
Right.
And so if you want to see some of the fact-checking that we do, that happens here on YouTube as well. But also every week, one of us brings a bottle, and we keep it in a bag, and then we reveal that bottle to the other person. We also do the research and then educate not only the person sitting next to us, but you at home. Today was Jordan's turn, and he was very excited this morning when he came to work. So we'll see.
Very excited.
We'll see what this is all about.
Yes. Do I have the floor?
You do.
All right.
You don't. So, people don't usually have to ask, "Do I have the floor?" They just start naturally.
Politeness. I was being
polite.
polite.
Polite night.
Do the letters MGP mean anything to you?
They do, but probably not in reference to bourbon.
Do you want to?
No, I
not
will not
in reference
elaborate.
to bourbon.
No.
Okay. It should mean something to you because in the short time that we've existed, we've talked about MGP multiple times.
Well, my grandpa Pappy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because if that's Pappy's, I'm going to kiss you on the mouth.
It's not Pappy's. And I will never bring Pappy's for that fact right there.
He won't bring Pappy's because you don't have $4,000 to spend on a bottle.
MGP.
Yes.
We talked about it in the Pinhook episode.
Ooh.
It's where Pinhook procured
their
original.
But we haven't really talked about MGP that much. But
Yes.
we have talked about, yes.
It means Midwest grain products.
Great potential.
Anywho,
Midwest
we talked about
grain
them.
Product.
We didn't really go into them, but we mentioned them in the Pinhook episode.
Yeah.
If you remember, Old Scout, Smooth Ambler, was also procured in Indiana.
Okay. So MGP is in Indiana. I didn't remember that, but you know my memory.
The
memory of it.
Local bottle, also sourced from MGP. Any guesses?
I mean, we have still 630.
I'm doing the drum roll. Pull off that bag.
It's WO. It's WO.
There it is. Withered Oak, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
So if you are familiar.
I've tried this before.
I know you have, but I have not. And I saw it and I bought it because I had to, because you know how I feel about Four Hands Brewing.
Yep. Four Hands.
They make my favorite IPA, Incarnation. They make my favorite American Pale Ale, Citywide.
Yeah. They're fantastic beer brewers here in South
I love their beer, and I love whiskey. So I saw it, and I thought I had to.
You did it. Where'd you get it at?
I bought it on Royal Liquor on Fifth Street.
Yep, Royal Liquors has it. Do I get to open it?
You can. Open
let's
it.
Listen, let's listen for the pop.
Ooh. Nice. So I'm going to tell you about this bottle.
Yeah, tell me.
There is not a lot to find out about this bottle.
I see your
half
page.
My half page of
your
notes.
16-point
because Withered Oak launched in October of 2021. We are in April of 2022.
Yeah.
So it's not very old.
Yeah.
They launched with two products, a 5-year bourbon and a 5-year rye, which are, and I quote, happy accidents. They went to MGP and said, hey, we want you to find some bottles. We want to give you creative freedom. I have this quote from Kevin Lemp, which makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
We work with a lot of craft breweries, and we use Four Hands constantly as an example of you can do one thing with your line of cans, because we design a lot of labels. You can go crazy where nothing is the same, nothing is carried over, like Four Hands Brewing.
No brand management. Really.
Yes. Or you could
Except
go
for chaos.
super plain where you just use your logo, you change the name of the beer and the color of the label. And Kevin Lemp says, I like to trust talented people to express themselves. So if you think as an artist designing a label and he's just like, you're talented, I trust you to express yourself.
Hey, we've designed hundreds of cans. Have we ever designed for Four Hands?
No. We printed t-shirts for them.
No, we haven't.
We actually mixed a little Citywide in the ink to print Citywide t-shirts.
Yes, we did.
I don't know how many people actually know that, but pretty cool.
Did you know that they have an artist series and they haven't called us?
It's okay. No hard feelings. On to the whiskey.
That's one of us.
But so apparently he sourced he went over to the MGP.
He went to Indiana.
He went to their master blender and was all like, you have creative freedom.
Do what you want, man.
Make something awesome.
So that's
for
either
us.
really cool on Lemp's part, like that's such or he's
boring.
lazy. Yeah, he's just
boring.
like, I don't want to get involved.
Right.
I just want to make more money.
So they said, happy accident. Single barrel, they're so good that they just found these barrels that they're like, let's bottle a 5-year bourbon and a 5-year rye. Those sold out immediately. So what we have here is, and I'm just going to read the bottle because that's all the information I can find.
And there's not much information
Who's
on the bottle.
ever doing Withered Oak's storytelling and website and everything, pick it up.
You're asleep, right?
This isn't
Why don't you call Public Art Company?
It's not even on the website. It's not. The 5-year bourbon and the 5-year rye are. There's no information of them.
What is it?
This is not even on the website. This is a small batch rye whiskey finished in port and Caribbean rum barrels.
Yeah. Rum barrel finishes right now getting popular. Yeah.
It's 95 proof. I had to read about 15 articles to find out that.
And that's hard for you.
It's a smooth
to read that much.
Yes, a smooth and sweet finish followed by notes of rye spice, tea, vanilla, caramel, bright fruit, and a hint of chocolate. So it doesn't tell you the nose, it doesn't tell you the palate. That's just the finish.
Wow.
And that's all I could find.
And they're selling it.
Do you know why they're selling it? And here's my thing. I think they're just going off the success of Four Hands. Like, this is Withered Oak, made by Four Hands Brewing in 1220 spirits, which they also do gin and vodka, canned cocktails, hard seltzers, like everything you could think of. But there's no story to this bottle at all. And I would say that's my biggest complaint about it. Outside St. Louis, I don't know how well this would do.
Well, it does not say Four Hands on here anywhere.
No.
I
don't even think it says 1220 spirits.
No, it doesn't.
It's just Withered Oak.
So you'd have to already know that this was a Four Hands product.
Yes.
But like to your point, what you just made, you said, look, people are buying it because of the popularity of Four Hands. And by the way, Four Hands is one of the most popular, breweries here in
Number
St. Louis.
4 production wise.
That's numbers. I'm talking about popularity. Though.
Oh yeah,
straight up popularity. They're super cool.
Citywide.
They do cool stuff
everywhere.
I mean, it is everywhere. So they're not resting on their laurels, as you say, as it pertains to marketing. Because if you just walked into a liquor store and saw this, it's very simplistic. You wouldn't even know.
It looks great, but you can't find anything about it. Go for it. Please pour. But I did find it interesting, going back to Mr. Kevin Lemp here. He worked in the wine industry for 10 years prior to starting Four Hands in 2011. And what he said is that he sold everything from boxed wine to $300 bottles to gin to vodka, like all these things. And so what's interesting about Four Hands is like they're not a craft brewery. Well, they are a craft brewery, but the company as a whole is in the beverage industry.
Okay.
So they have beer, they have the spirits, they have the canned cocktails, they have the hard seltzers. They're coming out later this year with NA beer called Free Space. Okay. And so they're just trying to hit every market so they can hit any
energy
drinker.
Drink.
Yes. And so I think this is their answer to whiskey and bourbon. They didn't have one, and now they have Withered Oak. It smells floral.
So floral. Yeah,
floral.
so flowery. And that tastes like soap. It does.
That's not a good description. It's definitely floral on the nose. I also couldn't find any reviews of this. I mean,
well, we might be the first ones. This is so flowery and soapy now that
It's a very sweet finish. Almost like cinnamon, I feel. which isn't in this at all.
No.
I get the tea.
Yes, I'd get the tea.
Yeah.
But this tastes like it smells, and that is very flowery. And you know what smells flowery? Shampoos and soaps, and it doesn't smell like a man's, or taste like a man's. Like it's not Irish Spring,
Mm-hmm.
It's not musky. It's more, it's flowery. Yeah, and it's a flowery finish in the flavor too. It's not bad.
No. I mean, I think they might have just talked about the smooth and sweet finish because that's what I get. I don't get the soap like you're talking about.
I do.
That would be terrible.
I don't know if it's soap as much as it is like lavender,
flowery,
floral. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a little bit of the rye spice.
I get a little.
The tea.
The tea.
There is sweet for sure.
A little bit, yeah.
It says bright fruit.
And a little citrusy.
Yeah, bright fruit.
I get the citrus now.
I get the citrus.
And the other thing too is, a lot of times you have to open up a bottle and let it sit, or pour it and let it sit, because if you let it air out a bit, Aerate, I believe it's called, you will get a different flavor. And truth be told, we did just drink another bourbon that was not fantastic before this. So, and I didn't drink any water in between. So that might have been a problem.
Yeah.
Because now I've had a second sip and a third sip. It's getting better and better.
Mm-hmm. So they do have another match to this that's finished in
citrus, heavy.
Orange bitter barrels, I believe.
I taste orange now. Yeah.
But I haven't seen that. The price point on this was, I think, $50.
Did they have a mash bill?
I couldn't find anything on this.
Yeah.
It's not even on their website.
Well, cool. So do you recommend that people pick it up?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to support local,
if you live here.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in the St. Louis area, you want to support local, you want to support, Four Hands and 1220 Spirits and all that, I would say definitely add Withered Oak to your collection. I mean, I haven't had, the 5-year bourbon or 5-year rye. From my understanding, those sold out really quick, but it was also their first release. Mm-hmm. So
that makes sense.
Hype.
They're very popular, and they have a big following.
But it's not bad. I enjoy it thoroughly.
Ask me, would I buy it?
Would you buy this?
Yeah. Like now that I've had like 3 and 4, like that citrusy note, the flowery note's gone, and the finish is gone, and all I have is that citrus. And I like that kind of bourbon. I
mean, my biggest complaint about this is there is no story. Like, pick it up, Withered Oak. I mean, think about the bourbs.
Just make it up.
We had our club meeting exactly. We had our club meeting the other day, and what did Matt say? He's like, he didn't know anything about what he brought, and he's like, oh, I think they put the barrel in the back of a 1975 Volkswagen Beetle and drove it across America to, take it to some gypsies to hand bottle and label.
We don't say that.
Okay. But anyway.
Unless you're talking about.
He had no idea what he was talking about, but it was 10 times.
He calls himself the gypsy.
Okay. Yeah. I don't care about Aquaman.
I do. I'm So Ill, local company, sponsors him.
Yes, I know, but we're not talking about Jason Momoa.
I will choke you out in this podcast, dude.
Anyway, I would say just, storytell a little bit. Update your website. Let people know, what it is.
I agree. I think it's pretty weak storytelling. I think the label's cool. I like the simplicity of all this.
It's pretty, but you know what? We were just talking about that other one that we had before, and we were like, I really like the bottle, and I really like the cork. It's the same bottle, same cork, same bottle and same cork from this, same bottle, same cork from Cardinal Sin. Like
that's okay.
It's a place to start.
Yeah, I liked it. I would say pick it up, especially if you're local, and give it a try. Support Four Hands. They're doing cool stuff, and I know they're good to their people. And they make fantastic beer too.
Yep.
So it's only going to go up from here. And honestly, my first reaction was blech. But then now that I've had a few,
I enjoy it thoroughly.
I'm actually gonna have some more after we hit stop.
It's yeah. I mean, they do everything good.
It's still soapy though. It's that orange. I don't know if that's the right word. It's more like oily. Like there's some sort of a.
I mean, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you how long it was aged. It doesn't tell you anything. It's just small batch rye finished in Caribbean rum.
Pick it up. It's good. I enjoy it.
It's very good.
it's an interesting bottle for me when I don't like something at the beginning, but I turn to like it, and I did. So support local, and we'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. We give away some cool swag from different distilleries when people comment. Not everybody, but we do a drawing, and you can see that on our Instagram account.
Not every bottle that we have has merchandise for sale either.
That's true. So if you're a distillery out there, you need merch, hit us up.
Yeah. Or we'll send you something from the burbs.
All right. Have a good one. Till next time.
Deuces.
Stop.